Hey everyone, I'm Donna Lopez. This is ETS. This is your mid-month energy forecast for September 15th through to the 30th. So it's a mid-month energy forecast. I'm listening to some Native American music here in my office. Right here in California, it's mid-morning on the 15th. So let's look at the energy from, let's look at the energy from the 15th through to the 17th, which is Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and see what we're getting here. I'm hearing swift changes, so there's going to be some swift changes coming in. And I also see there's a lot of resources coming to many of you that you have been asking for. They're just going to start coming in. I love when that happens because, you know, we do lose our patience sometimes. I see the universe really stepping up to support you. I also am hearing clarity of mind. And some of you have been wondering, are things going to continue to perpetuate on the planet or in my life? A lot of clouded situations, etc. And what I'm seeing is a lot of these clouds being moved. Okay, like there's clarity coming. Now what happens though, because I don't want to be a Pollyanna here, but as these clouds move, some of you may see the condition that caused the issues that you're dealing with, okay? And they said, you know, we can't deal with it if we don't know what it is. So as it begins to reveal itself, kind of breathe and be patient with yourself and learn to look around maybe the perimeters of what you're seeing. Sometimes we'll see a situation and we go, oh, it's that. Well, there were conditions that went into that manifesting itself. So they're saying that really look at the clarity around the situation rather than trying to go dive deep and go in and blame. Just look where the clarity is at. And once the condition is identified, it's like, okay, now I can deal with it because I understand what it is. I'm not confused. I'm not just being a victim of circumstances, you know, which is how we can feel if we don't understand why something is happening. All right, I'm just looking at my calendar here. Let's see. Let me see if there's anything else. It's funny, they bring this in almost every time, and near the end of the eve of Saturday and Sunday, they're saying turn off the movie. Quit observing a movie that doesn't include you. All right, because some of you are tapping into a field that, or thinking about people or situations or things that don't include you. All right, so turn it off because if it's not about you, it's not going to serve you. All right. I also see a lot of physical strength building up for many of you. If some of you have been feeling kind of weak or tired, I see a lot of feeling empowered and stronger physically, though. I also see some celebrations and some festivities, almost like we're having a party and that kind of a thing for some of you this weekend. All right, let's move on into the 18th to the 22nd, which is Monday to Friday. Let's see what that has. I see that some old, I want to say, I know what you see up here might look like a vision board. It's not. It's just a lot of things that inspire me and thank yous from people, which I love to keep up because, you know, every thank you is a blessing. But what I see for some of you, that you're changing your mind about some things. You're changing your mind about goals that you've had, things that you thought you wanted, you no longer want. It's just that, you know, sometimes we change so much that our body chemistry changes. This is absolutely true, actually. Your body chemistry changes and you're no longer in resonance with what you thought you wanted before. It just, you're not attracted to that any longer. and you're recognizing that. And I see a lot of you just kind of taking down the vision board and I don't see you ready to readdress or identify what your new goals are or what you'd like to have influenced in your life. But I do see that you want to not be influenced by anything. I like that. That I just want to have a clean slate, a clear slate. And for some of you, I see that it's almost like seeing a white slate, and I see the word work come up. And I see it kind of coming up and fading back and coming up. So you're identifying work for yourself. Like, what do I want my work to be? I know for some people it's like, oh, I got to go do my work, or I have to work. But for people who are interested in doing, let's say, identifying or have identified with doing work on the planet, what your role is here, that sometimes can be called work, but it's not perceived the same way. It's just your calling. All right. And this is more so when I'm seeing the word work, I'm seeing it more of you identifying with your calling for this lifetime. I also see some of you skirting around situations that might feel like blocks, or let's just say hot spots. You know, when there's hot spots or situations, I see some of you kind of go around that. I'm just going to avoid that because that doesn't. It's not about me. And I see a lot of you during this week, and especially during the end of the week, around the 21st, 22nd, a lot of you are going to see yourself blossoming up, and you're going to have a tendency to like want to shut yourself down. And they're saying, don't do that. Don't be afraid to shine. Don't be afraid to let your light shine. If I haven't shown you this, it's my calendar. That's all I'm looking at. All right, so let's look at the 23rd and the 24th, Saturday, Sunday of next weekend. I feel like there might be a change of plans. If there was going to be a celebration, it might be, we're not going to do it now. Things didn't work out. So, there might be a change of plans there for some of you. I see a lot of you are going to be having a lot of energy moving through your solar plexus, your belly area. It's as though you're dealing with some, I'm going to put this gently, but self-loathing, self-judgment, and you're going to be doing some cleansing. Okay, you're going to be moving some of that energy out. And sometimes that can feel kind of heavy and sludgy, but just take care of yourself. Nothing like a good salt and lavender bath for cleansing. Sea salt is best. Smudge yourself. Clean and clear your auric field. And don't get stuck on principles, okay? Because I see some of you moving some of this stuff out. And then as you're near the end of some of it, it's like, but it was the principle of the thing, and you'll want to get looped back into it. You're saying, let it go. Let it go. Let go, let God. Okay, let's go to the 25th to the 30th, which is Monday to Saturday the 30th. I think the days are going to feel a little special, a little different. It's almost like you're going to notice that the day is beautiful, but there's going to be something special and different about the day that you're going to notice. Almost as if you're sensing and feeling how your energy is interacting with your world. And they're saying near the end of the week, I know we use the word work, but I'm hearing don't get yourself worked. Um, some of you might be feeling a little stressed out around Thursday, Friday, and don't get yourself worked up by that, but instead kind of step back and let other people pick up the pieces where they need to. Some people take it upon themselves to do everything, or if you're just a workhorse type person, or a type A, you actually enjoy it, and you don't even really identify when you're overloaded until you're overloaded. All right, so let's look at the 15th to the 30th as a whole globally, and let's see what's going on there. I am hearing global changes. Now we've seen a lot of changes. Those of you that get my newsletter, I just did an ETS session that was free. It's a free call I do, and it was called Detaching from Drama. And one of the things I shared was that Gaia is speaking in the only language she has, all right? And so all this earth movement and everything is just trying to wake us up. Can you afford to, like global leaders, can they afford to focus their attention in the areas they're focusing it in? Because they're under the perception that they're in control of life circumstances and life changes. I always say, if you're going to make a big decision, make it on your worst day, not your best day. In other words, if we're going to try to rule the world, let's rule our world first, all right? Your inner world. So I do see global changes. I feel like I'm seeing like wake up, new ideas, new thought processes, new implementations, just wake up, wake up, wake up. And I'm hearing it over and over and over again. I do see some military influences, something happening. I'm seeing a grenade. But I am seeing this in a battle area. It is not in, residential or other populous areas. It is in an area of where there's actual war going on. They're not identifying it. They're just showing me, a, um, a, a, a grenade. So in other words, we may get the hit that, something's begun, or they're bombing them now, etc. I'm also hearing something about Fiji. This is really interesting. I feel this much more near the very end of the month. There's something around there. Now, I'm not picking up whether good or bad or anything. Just something around Fiji, or the Fiji Islands. Maybe it's kind of coming in as if it's like some sort of how weather currents or water and weather currents are doing something to the islands or changing the islands. Something like that. Mm-hmm. Very interesting. Let me see if there's anything else. All right, what I'm hearing is please do not allow yourself to sit in a place of shame, because I'm hearing that loud and clear that some of you, the shaming yourselves is really heavy. So back off of that. Learn the lessons from it, but back off of it. Because I see it really broadcast very loud, especially near the beginning of this 15th to say the 25th, right in there, that first week or so. I do see that Spirit is encouraging each of you to gather your resources for yourself. Know what it is that you need. And start to do self-care. There's always, sometimes they'll show me like a basket of eggs, and I always say, don't let anybody hold those eggs but you, because somebody else might drop them. But I see you gathering your resources, gathering what you need, not hoarding, not fearing, but just these are the things that I need, the tools I need to move forward. with that, that feels pretty good. Um, I do want to send out a lot of healing and love and blessings to everybody that's been affected on the planet. It's not just here in the United States. We tend to focus on this little dot here, and it's not just here, it's many places in the world. Um, but we are not victims of circumstances. Your consciousness does matter, and your consciousness is influencing the energy on the planet. So my goal is that you wake up and you participate in that. With that, I want to say thank you. Thank you for your subscribes, your likes, and your shares. And as I said, I meet a lot of people that say, oh, I really love this. I really love this. So your little boosts of encouragement really keep me going. And namaste. Have a great end of the month of September.